my GoPro 9 Hero new camera. As you can see it, it's been unboxed already, of course. I've been setting up tonight and having a few interesting times, as they say in China. And talking of China, here's my Chinese camera that it's replacing. That was $50 back in the day, 4 years ago. They're probably worth now $30 when you get them. It's very good actually. It's done the business over the last 5 years. It's suffering a bit now. The microphone seems to have got gumped up, so you can't hear much, and bits have fallen away from all the peripheries that I've got, like the waterproof case. We've lost the connector for that. So it's really past its time. It's done good sterling service though. It's still got a 32GB SD card in there, but it's done really well and it never goes wrong. You plug it into the computer, you transfer your files, off you go. That was quite good, but the actual sensor in there is really tiny. Also, it doesn't do very good light balance in the evening. Everything looks really yellow because it can't auto adjust, even though I've got it set to auto. What else is wrong with it? Not much. It does okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. I'll keep it as a reserve. So that's that, and I'm moving up to my very expensive in comparison, about 7 times more, the GoPro Hero 9. And I actually weighed them tonight. That was 60 grams. That was 160 grams. So like more than twice as much. Obviously the battery is a little bit bigger, so that weighs a lot more. It's got a new screen, so actually it's probably better built and a bigger screen on the back, so that probably takes up the extra gumph. Right, okay, and we go back onto what you get in the box. You get a little GoPro cycle clip to put on your handlebars. You get another one of these connectors, which is good. You get one of these things, which is that handheld thing, or something other than that. I don't know why you need that when you can just go like this, but it's probably more stable, I guess. But then again, this has got all the technology, you don't have to be stable, so this just sticks it up like that. And this was my one big thing actually, that that really annoyed me before we even got into the camera. And that was that you can't, I didn't read the manual, of course, because nobody ever reads the manual, because they don't even supply one. They didn't even give it a link on a piece of paper to the website to do the PDF download. Now, I have downloaded the PDF manual, so I'll go from there. But I thought I'd do it all from scratch. They haven't supplied anything. So what I'll do is I'll try and put that in there. It won't fit in. I spent ages, I thought, well, maybe I've got it wrong, maybe it's new. It should go in that way. Turns out there's this little bit on the back, you have to go like that. And then it goes in. Why have they got that? And what does it do? I thought, well, maybe it holds the camera up like that, so it's straight. But no, it doesn't. That's just mad. There must be some reason for this little plastic thing. So there you go. I spent like 20 minutes thinking, as this, how do you get it in? I still don't think it's that useful. Well, you can just do this with its image stabilisation. Right, so there we go. Alright, that's enough moaning. Let's see how it goes. I'll try and turn it on now. I'll try to remember everything. Right, okay. Actually, one last moan. I'm trying to open that because it's waterproof. I've not got fingernails, and people have said, God, you need to explosives to try and get it off. But then again, it needs to be waterproof. This one comes in a waterproof casing. That one doesn't, so it needs to be a tight fit. Now, whether over time it will be less tight, it won't be waterproof, I don't know, but I don't need it waterproof anyway. But I would like it to, let's see if I can open it up. There is a trick to it. Obviously, I've not got that yet. Oh, it's there, matron. Hold on, off screen. And there we go. Yeah, so it is tight, but then again, it is supposed to be waterproof, so I'll let it off on that one. Even more mine. Right, let's get going. Right, so if I can remember the button presses, the mode actually turns it on and off, rather than the big button at the top, which is like my camera does. In that one, you turn it. Oh no, you actually do turn it on the mode one there. I don't know why mode turns it on and off, but there you go. You think that would turn it on and off? So here we go. And off it goes. No, it's all, actually this is really well thought out actually, once you've learnt it. So you can just, and you can do your little video resolution. Or if you want to, well, I'll tell you what the mode said. That's snail, like slow motion. And then you've got anti-shake, and you've got horizon leveling as well, so that's really good. So we'll do that one. Okay, now if you actually click the mode button on the side now, it goes to photos. You can take a photo. Now you go to right, blah blah blah. Oh, you can do time lapse. So actually, the initial settings are very good. But what I didn't realise, because I hadn't been, I was just doing it from scratch, that you can swipe up and down. So, no. There you go. So if you swipe down and then swipe left, no, swipe right, you can do all the other stuff. So I didn't realise that until I looked from the internet. So, because this said no manual, you're sort of like sucking on air a bit. But actually, once you get used to it, I think it'll be really good. And of course, once you get rid of it, there you go. So we're back to one standard 27K at 60 frames per second. I did one of those earlier. 30 seconds of 300 megabytes. So it does take a bit of heft, and that's not even the top setting. I think I might go down to 1080p, sorry, and 30 frames per second, just to. For long videos, like when Whisper's doing his stuff. And talking of Whisper, right, let's pop that down there. Turn it off. No, get used to it still. I've got a text file, sadly, to do it. There you go. Now, luckily, Whisper, the dog, he's got his Chinese harness. And luckily, now, I used to use this one with this, and I did in the garden, and it never worked. One, because it hasn't got image stabilisation or horizon levelling, and secondly, it was in a waterproof casing that it stopped all the sound going in, and also it fogged up the image, and also I lost a bit of it, so I had to use sort of a tie wire to fix it in. So we can't do that, but that fits in perfectly. So soon, Whisper the dog will be doing adventures on the dog walk. Now, if he bloody goes into a bush and loses it off the top, he is dog meat. Because after all this effort and 300 quid, he will not be able to live in this house. But I'm sure it won't, because it's all, well, that's Chinese, and that's really sturdy, and that's American. Oh, in perfect harmony. It'll be perfect. So there you go. And I'll show you a video clip later. It's really, really good. You can even see the Jacob's cracker sign.